Myself Vaibhav. In today's session of Visual Jforex, we will be starting afresh with a new indicator named Chande's Momentum Oscillator (CMO). This is a variant of the earlier indicator which we had seen in prior session, the CDMI. Now we will see how this oscillator can help us design and develop the algorithm to trade with the trend. And this is a fairly simple indicator and quite useful at that. This is the Euro USD chart, which I will change to the hourly time frame. And as I said, it's fairly easier to understand. All you have to do is look at its output value. And when the output value, the CMO output, is above zero, it is considered bullish. And when the output value is below zero, it is considered bearish. And with that also comes the implication that when the values are on the rise, that means the trend is strong and it is remaining strong. But if the value goes in decline, that means the reversal is possible, and this might be the time to get out of the trade if not to go for the contra trend trade. And similarly for the sell trade also, we want to initiate the trade only when the CMO values are on the decline. It is going deeper and deeper in the negative territory. And once the reversal start, it is going to be better for us to simply sit on the sidelines. So for this session, we will be relying on the hourly and 4 hourly time frame. And here, the logic is going to be fairly simple. As I explained to you, the buy trade will be initiated only when we have these CMO values on the rise and it is above zero. And if it starts to decline, we will not really go in for any fresh trade, not for the sell trade and not for the buy trade. And that might be the phase you can call as a dormant phase for the algorithm. And when it will dip below zero, when it is going to enter the negative territory, that will be the time to look for the shorting opportunities. And we will continue to look for shorting opportunities only when it is still in decline. And here also, as soon as it starts to reverse the course, we will go into the hibernation mode. And along with the 4 hourly time frame, the logic on the hourly time frame is also going to be simple. We want the trade to be initiated only when these are the initial hours of the trend change. So here the case is going to be that it should be rising above zero from below zero for the buy trade, and only after the close of that hour the order will be placed. And later on nothing will happen. Only when this change happens from negative to the positive territory, the buy trade will be initiated, and vice versa for the sell trade. Whenever we have the CMO value dipping below zero from above zero, we will be looking to initiate the sell trade. And that will be the only opportunity for the algorithm to go for the execution of the trade. And at the same time, we won't really be looking for the market open this time around. Rather than that, what we will do, we will see what is the price action over last 4 hours. And whatever climb has happened in last 4 hours, we will take some 40% of it and place the order lower by that much value from the last tick value. And that will give us the desired entry point, and the order validity can be kept around say 2 hours. And I think that should be good enough. So now we go back to the Visual Jforex board, which has been developed by the Dukascopy Bank SA. Here, first thing first, I will have to take a couple of blocks to get the instrument subscription done and the position amount value defined. And for that, I will take 3 blocks as is the customary practice. In all of the session so far, I have done this instrument subscription to make sure that the trades are initiated only on the instrument of our choice. And not on any other instrument. So to make sure this has to be done, this time around we will work with the on tick as our start point, and for that, first thing we will have to take is default instrument Euro USDT is, and on take instrument. This is going to be equal, and then the tick instrument should match Euro USD. Okay, let us find. Here it is. Good. And this should also be equal to first input equals second input, and position info, all position amount needs to be equal to 0. And this I will change to 4 hours, and the loopback period will be 1. And indicator here, we are going to need 4 of these, 2 of 4 hourly time frame and 2 of hourly time frame. This will be changed to 4 hours as well, and this will be changed to hourly time frame. This one also. And the back period will be changed to here, in this case 1, and 2 again. Okay. So these are CMO blocks. Now I will have to turn my attention to the historical candle data, components, logical. One of get historical candle for last hourly price action. Shift will be changed to 1, and then this is also going to be of hourly time frame, and I will reduce this candle amount to 4. right? And to retrieve these blocks individual components, we will also have to use the loop viewer. We will name it FHL. Okay, so these are the blocks which are going to be providing us the necessary input values to define the conditions using if blocks later on. Along with that, to pinpoint the exact entry point to historical blocks, get historical candle of 10-second time frame will also be needed, and I will get those as well. So here are these two blocks. This will be changed to 1, and this one to 2. So these are the blocks which will give us the idea about the trend and the point of entry. Now I will also add the calculation expression block to look at the price volatility in last 4 hours. So for that, we are also going to use this calculation expression block to define the condition, the minimum requirement. Here I will calculate actual difference between the highest and the lowest value, or other way can be done. I think highest and the lowest value should be good enough, or otherwise we can take closing values also. Both way you can do that. So this time around, even I will have to go back to the chart to see what will be the better idea. So one way is to look for whenever the trend change happens, the difference between last hour's closing value and the lowest close in last 4 hours. So that is going to be a bit tricky. So what we will do, we will simply use the difference between the last hour's close and the low. So that will incorporate both the factors. Okay. So last hour's close FHL and its low, and the result will be A1 minus A2, and this will be the difference defined to be used for the entry condition. Also we will then multiply this by say 40% to arrive at the precise entry point. So I will name it say actual difference, Okay, so I have carried out this calculation, and as we are running out of time, I think it will be better to stop the session here. And in next session, we will be adding further calculation expression block to add the desired values. And once we are done with that, we will also start adding the if else block for execution of the trade, first on the buy side, then on the sell side. And as I said, this time around, we will be working with the pending open. So with that, the session is coming to an end. Thank you all for joining in. Do come back next time. Till then, goodbye. And of course, do